Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just say and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and cry. And do the righteousness. Hey, we love. I I will love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari.
I will love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari. Save all people.
And we love Jaja. We love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari.
We love Jaja.
Jah Rastafari. Save all people.
Put time away. Put time away again. Listen.
Yeah.
Just as I and I say, watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I and I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and
Fight down war and fight.
Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jaja, and we love Jaja,
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all.
and we love Jaja, Jah. Me love Jaja,
Jah
me
Rastafari.
love Jaja,
Jah Rastafari. Preserve all.
me love Jaja,
Jah Rastafari.
Jah Rastafari, Jah.
Rastafari.
Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
It was a murder that caught the attention of the entire country. It is also a murder that today's verdict, both Partner Jaw on Global TV, working as one then under the Partner Jaw banner, can take credit, some of, not all, minuscule of it, for the publicity and the exposure that we brought to this case, leave the authorities with no option but to have a thorough investigation that led to today's guilty verdict. The power of new media. Similarly, it is that very same power that Dr. Dawes is using to expose the debacle in our healthcare. Given what Dr. Dawes is doing now, one would ask the question, would Dr. Dawes be given the airtime in today's corrupt, bought out, and biased mainstream media? Good evening and welcome. It is a verdict that we've long been waiting for, a verdict that we think has gone the wrong way, and we will look at the reactions to the guilty verdict this evening before we go into Dr. Dawes episode 4, part 2 of the Manchester Boys this evening. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening. Welcome one and all. Thank you all for joining us. Let us go straight. One big good evening, everybody. We're good there right until we have a half an hour for chit chat and carry on, because Dr. Dawes' premiere is set up for 7 o'clock your time, at midnight my time. So we are going to go straight to the reaction from the cases, and the first reaction will be from Donnelly Donald's mother, Miss Sophia. No doubt this is some form of relief for the family, but one cannot, though, think that this is any comfort to the loss of her daughter, to not have been given the opportunity to at least give her a burial, to lay her body to rest, that would give her a bit more closure and ways of dealing with the loss and the trauma. all of these, Miss Sophia will still have to battle with in eternity, not just the loss of our daughter, but not even the chance of being able to put her body to rest. But all in all, we are saying this evening, justice has been served. And we are saying to the police officers across our country, even though you're working for a rogue government, you are not above the law. Remember, right now, there's a minister testifying against many of you, 6 of you, I think. But let's go to the reaction from Miss Sophia and the DPP. Then we will go to the reaction from the defense team.
To all my Jamaican people.
And you know, Andre texts me and say, even though we're not the best of friends, but we can both take credit. And it is true, because when we got that information, if we were fearful, especially for Andre who lives in Jamaica, and we were fearful of putting out such information in public, it wouldn't have gone that far. If we also had passed that information to the police in quiet, that information could have gotten buried or looked the other side from, as they were doing before we blew the case up with that voice note that night.
To each and every one all over this world, thank you very much to stand with me in unity. Today the verdict has passed and victory belongs to us.
I can't move forward.
Victory belongs to us. I may never know what happened to my daughter, Donnelly Donaldson. I may never get a bone, but justice will serve. Justice will serve. And I will fight to the end. And this is not the end. Because there is a higher God, authority, who is going to deal with this in his own way.
And if you remember, it wasn't just the exposure that we brought to the case as well. There was a series of demonstration in the first part of things. You would remember every court appearance. We would have a demonstration going about it. So we brought lots of exposure to the whole situation, which led to forcing the police hands to do their work properly.
And I want to say thank you all to each and every one of you. Victory. We proclaim victory today. Thank you all. God is good. God is good. Thanks to the justice system. Thanks to the jurors. Thanks to Judge Fusey. Thanks to the team of the DPP. I want to say a big thank you to you all. God is good.
Mommy, you saw Noel cry. What's your reaction to that?
I don't know how to answer that one. Tears our language for even the murderers. God understands. He knows why he cries. He has been crying from day one. I don't understand why Noel Maitland did this. But God knows. I don't want to comment much on him. But I know one day. But I know one day, Noel Even 100 years behind bars, you will tell me what happened to my child.
Did you doubt that this would have been the outcome?
I have no doubt, because I firmly believe in God, and I know God was going to give me justice. I went through this without doubts. I knew today would have been the verdict guilty. I went with no doubt. I am a fighter, and not only a fighter, I'm a warrior, but I'm a winner because God is on my side.
Does this verdict make you feel any less stressed about the situation?
I may feel a bit of relief knowing that Noel Maitland is gone behind bars, but that can't give me back my child. I still want to know where my daughter is. I would really love to still know. I want to have that closure. It don't solve my problem, but I can go on because justice is served.
I'm not sure how I'm feeling now. It's not what I expected in terms of feelings because now I'm feeling sad. It's almost as if it's a confirmation that Donnelly is really gone. So it's not a moment for us to rejoice. It's an acceptance that the jurors, I think, returned the correct verdict. So we are comforted by that. But there's no rejoicing, there's no happy, because Donnelly is dead. Mother has lost her. Yes, but we always do. We always put in a lot of work. Whomever the deceased is, whomever the victim is, we always put in a lot of work. And this was a team effort.
Now we're going to go to the reaction from the defense team. What's his name again? Christopher Townsend. Well, defense team normally speak like this. It's what they're paid for. So take not much of what he says. It's procedural. It's also what he's paid for.
We're a bit surprised by the verdict, but it is a verdict, and it is what it is. Of course, there's always a court of appeal. So, on to the next level.
You said that there's always a court of appeal. Is this an indication that you will be appealing this?
Well, I have a strong feeling that whichever way the verdict went, we're a bit surprised by the verdict, but it is a verdict, and it is what it is. Of course, there's always a court of appeal. So, on to the next level.
Hopefully, it's procedural. No mind him. I won't pay for
this. Is an indication that you will be appealing this?
Well, I have a strong feeling that whichever way the verdict went, there would have been an appeal.
Why?
I don't want to say anything too much yet, but certainly we are concerned about how some of the issues were dealt with.
Any particular issue?
I'm not going to say right now, but we're concerned about how some of the issues were dealt with. As you notice, the summing up was very short. We don't know. The jury takes somewhat 3.5 hours or somewhere there to make a decision. And we're on to the next level. So we'll see what happens next.
Did you get a chance to speak with your client?
Yes, I did.
What was the reaction?
He's very teary-eyed. He knows he's innocent. And he will have to take another opportunity to seek justice at the court of appeal. He was really crying. Was he really able to speak to you, Mr. Townsend? Yes, he was able to speak to me.
Thank you.
So it's a serious blow to him because he knows he's innocent.
Thank you.
All right, take more.
Don't take much from what defense lawyers would say. It's literally what they're paid for. So it would be incompetent of them not to speak so bullshit-ish at a time like now. So don't take much into that. But all in all, justice has been served. If Christopher Townsend or whatever his name is, if it's not a matter of jury tampering, or he's not saying that the evidence against Noel Maitland is tainted, then the little procedural matters that Townsend is hitching after, as you heard him allude to the judge's summing up and direction to the juries was quite short, as well as he's saying the jurors' deliberation was just over 3 hours. No, if it is that the jurors, all the evidence presented to them throughout the trial, have convinced them along the way throughout the trial that this person is guilty of the crime alleged against them, it's not going to take an awful lot of time in deliberation, especially if there isn't a lot of complexity or legal complexity to the case. So the little procedural matters that Chris Townsend may be hinging after to get an appeal, yes, the appeal is a matter of a right. He will have that. But will it be successful? The courts, unless, as we saw in the Sean Campbell case, which the Jamaica courts refused to touch it until it get to the Privy Council, it was bounced back to the Jamaica system. Courts in general, under the Westminster system, does not like to interfere with juries' decision, because those decisions are made by members of your peer. So even on an appeal, if there isn't any breaches, whether it be of law or procedure, such as we see in the Sean Campbell case, there was a procedural breach of allowing the jurors to continue after identifying juror tampering. So, yes, they'll have the appeal. It's a matter of right in our justice system. Will the appeal be successful? In this case, I will wait to see the grounds on what they will appeal on. Given what Townsend said, I would imagine they're going to appeal the conviction, because he's maintaining that he's innocent. So once you're maintaining that you're innocent, you don't appeal the verdict, the sentence which is to come. But if he's maintaining his innocence, he will be challenging the guilty verdict. This could be an awful tug of war all the way to the Privy Council. Does Noel Maitland have the money to fight it to the Privy Council? I don't know. Will there be a human right breach in this case that may draw Isaac Buchanan into it? I don't know. We will just have to watch and see where it goes. But as I said, we'll wait until we see the grounds that they are making their appeal on, to see if there's much sense. If there's much sense in what they are doing really. But all in all, justice has been served. We are hoping that when the sentence has been handed down, it will be maximum. Let me look at anything here. Christopher Townsend, one of the attorney representing, say the policeman maintained his innocence, plan to appeal the conviction. Maitland was found guilty of murder of his girlfriend, Donald Lee Donaldson, the Home Circuit Court. He is to be sentenced on the 13th of March. So his sentence will be on the 13th of March. We are hoping that he gets the life sentence or up to 30, 35 years without parole. I do think an example ought to be sent to police officers who think that because they are police officers, it is possible that they can break the law and get away with it, because Noel Maitland was, if you remember, one of the tape that we played around the time. Noel Maitland was actively then having conversation with the senior investigator for the case before we blew up things when Miss Sophia was trying to get the investigation going. The minimal work they were doing then, even then, the police were still communicating with Noel, because you remember the conversation between Noel and the truck driver. He was saying to the truck driver that he was going to contact the officer who seized the truck driver's truck. You would remember that conversation. So he was having, because he was saying he's going to see the DPS later and he'll find out from him about the truck. So while the investigation was going on before the exposure, Noel was having that level of conversation with the investigators who was investigating him. It was after we put the voice note out. Was it on the 19th of July, I think? I think it was on the 19th of July, but I think it was July, I think. When we put that voice note out that night, everything changes. It's like we were leading the investigation then, because Dr. Love always called the show at night and always said, continue talking, because the police are listening and they're following the lead. Because you know, Jamaica people, we on all will like give information to police, and I tell you, information was coming in. There even information that we had then that we never put out in the public. We have recorded information where people are giving us some breakdown as to certain things that went down. Even though we would dance about how we could put those information out in public, but there was a plethora of information that came through us that assisted the police in their investigation, especially the voice note between Noel Maitland and the truck driver. That was the bombshell that really opened up everything. That really, even though Noel to date is still maintaining his innocence, showed us that Noel knew much and he was also hiding something. And the code he was talking in, this guy must go to prison. This guy is evil. I mean, probably if he had a bit of remorse and told Miss Sophia where the body was, maybe the sentence where I'm going to receive now would have a lighter weight on it, given that him admit certain to a point. But you see, in a case like this, if they really apply the United Kingdom justice system, because he has maintained his innocence all the way up until now, then what a judge would do is apply the maximum sentence to him. Mm? We are hoping that that is what happened, that the court applies the maximum sentence because he's found guilty. It's not that he has admitted to his guilt in any way, shape, or form. He's been found guilty by men and women of his peers. And I hope the courts impose the maximum sentence on Noel Maitland. But justice has been served amongst one that, given possible without or exposure, he might have gotten away with a lot. He might have gotten away with it, because even though the police were investigating already, they already questioned the truck driver. They already seized his truck for forensic work, but they weren't communicating those things to Miss Sophia, or they weren't progressing the investigation based on what they had. But the minute we put that information out, then everything kick up much a gear. So kudos to new media, because I doubt mainstream media would have, given how they are behaving these days, would have done such a job, So kudos to that. Let me see if there's anything came on Island bracing for surge of Cuban migrants. Is this to do with Donald Trump invasion? Yeah, hold on. Deputy Governor of Cayman Island, Frank Manderson, said the government is gearing up for a potential surge in migrants from Cuba amid the possibility of further economic devastation into the Spanish-speaking country. According to Manderson, U.S. military action in Venezuela and its control over the scale of distribution of seized Venezuela oil, potentially cutting off supplies to Havana, may well encourage illegal migration from Cuba. Yet they took away their supportive ally Venezuela. Yes, this is when we said, when you trigger one effect within the region, it have a bouncing effect across the region, because this migrant surge will not possibly affect, and not just possibly, it will not affect Cayman only. It will affect the region. We are one of the closest to Cuba. So that will be an issue to us. Will they see Jamaica as a friendly country at the moment, given how America is imposing its rule and say what relationship to have with Cuba? That's another issue again. But Cayman won't be the only country to have such impact. United Nations warns of catastrophic hunger crisis in Nigeria as food aid runs out. What we have is catastrophic corrupt governance in Nigeria that is causing this problem. Catastrophic corruption. That's the only thing that's happening in Nigeria. Catastrophic corruption. What else is going on? US warns it will take action in Haiti if Haiti politician destabilize country. Oh, this drunkard. Him say no drink alcohol, but the mad puss piss what Trumpa drink stronger than alcohol, me not lie. Might as well in there drink alcohol. Because this your mad puss piss what this your idiot a drink. Wasara. Hold on there. What is about the spotlight has been shone on the responsible officer at several municipal corporations as the state body remain delinquent, failing to submit a total of 95 outstanding financial statements to the Auditor General, Pamela Monroe Ellis. At the time, financial statement from municipal corporation that have been reviewed by the Auditor General have one thing in common: the absence of accounting records, resulting in the inability of the government's chief audit to determine whether significant amount being spent represented bona fide transaction or balance. Now, I've always said this to you, that a lot of our money gets swindled more at local government than it gets swindled at central government. When them at central government are thief, them thief big. But local government, as opposed to your MPs throughout the year, your councillors, there's more money that your councillors receive a year time as opposed to the 20 million that your MP would receive in their constituency development fund. There's a whole plethora of money that run through the municipal corporation on every about 2 monthly, 3 month basis. Whole lot. Dr. Dawes' premiere, which should commence in the next 5 minutes or so. So we just chit chat until the premiere go live. But bear in mind, this is still we're still on episode 4, but there is a part 2 to episode 4 of the Manchester Boys and their destructive failure or deliberate failure at University Hospital and the Ministry of Health. But I don't know where we're ending up, Don't know where we're ending up, but the direction we're on, it is not beneficial to us. It is not serving us. But we continue to travel down this road. Maybe at some point, we may come to the realization that we need to take a different journey. But what political class care we going now, it's certainly not within our interests, because them people are from local government, them not better than the MP them. The councillors and those bureaucrats who work at local government. Everybody across government, local and central, is under procurement violation, is under record keeping violations. The reason for this is because of the high level of stealing they are carrying out in our pocket. These are the reason why, one, they don't keep any record. Two, with the procurement issues, it's generally one of them friends help them to do swindling. You understand? So them have to pass the contract to a friend who can give them back a touch out of it. So right across government, central and local, we miss money left, right, and center. None no better than the other. MP thief, councillor thief, technocrat thief, bureaucrat thief, everybody around here thief. But the countdown is, and then we're going to get to hear more of how Christopher Tufton and his friends destroy our healthcare while enriching themselves. Please hit the like button so more people can come along, please. Give the like button a hit, please, globalists, so more people can come along. I think the series will go up to about 10 or 12, and we're at series episode 4, part 2. So let's see if there will be a part 3 to episode 4, or tomorrow we'll go straight into episode 5. But all in all, revelation after revelations after revelations. But we're going to now leave it for Dr. Dawes to tell you the rest.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alfred Dawes, and this is UC on Life Support. While these scandals are manifesting on a national scale, the University Hospital of the West Indies has its own Manchester boy who presides over a hostile culture with no recourse for complaints, as written by the residents of the hospital themselves. UHWI consultants have not been speaking in vague terms. They have put their fears and frustrations in writing. They describe a hostile working environment where there is no recourse for grievances and an atmosphere of intimidation and lack of support by the hospital management team. They warn that in a healthy work environment, no one should even feel that a single person can result in their separation from their job simply because of a difference of opinion, and noting that nothing related to job competence matters. Outside of joint letters to senior management, the story goes deeper. In recent years, one of the most powerful documents to come out of the UHWI is a letter written by one head of department in 2021 addressed to the head of the Department of Surgery, Radiology, Anesthesia, and Intensive Care. In that letter, this is what he wrote. Dear Professor, I wish to crave your attention this morning to address a very important matter that has affected our collective function, which we need to take collective decision on the way forward. I have just come off the phone with a sister who is most distraught and frustrated following the event with a doctor in question the night before. There must be an end to the constant meddling and interference in the administrative management of the intensive care unit by this doctor. Otherwise, the collective morale of the staff will be completely eroded if that has not taken place already. It is a self-serving conflict of interest if this person continues to bully his way into the process of admissions and discharges regarding his patients without regard to the collective well-being of the staff and other patients. In this case,
that was
private patient. This behavior has enabled other consultants who have also embarked on a similar pattern of behavior, with a constant recall to the fact that since this person is allowed to go so unchecked, we lack the moral authority to call them to order. Whether it is in the matter of staffing, admissions, discharges, equipment, to name but a few, we are being hedged at every corner. This affects all levels of our staff, medical, nursing, and technical staff. We just want to be given the room and space to function and make our decisions without undue stress and pressure. The decisions regarding admissions and flow of patients within the ICU should be left to the ICU management team, which are very capable of making those decisions. As head of department, I am at a loss for recourse in addressing this matter, as previous conflicts regarding decision-making in anesthesia and ICU have failed to be resolved, even when escalated to the joint head. At every level, this has gone on unchecked, and how we move forward as a department needs to be discussed. We cannot have one rule for others and a different one for this person under his current leadership, which also happens to be a senior role in the hospital. This is a conflict of interest with the potential for abuse. The nursing staff are at a point of revolt as they feel completely marginalized and confused.
A couple nursing thump on them out,
why we continue to lose staff at an alarming rate. The feeling of powerlessness and complete disregard to your person or position. I am not prepared to continue as head under these conditions, and it may do well for both the university and the hospital to find someone who will do the bidding of this person without questioning the fairness and regard to the impact it has on the rest of the staff. I am uncertain how we got here as a department and how we get out of this quagmire. We need an honest and open conversation about this problem and how we address it. Failure to do so will only lead to a department without leadership, direction, and a future. And he ends with a cry, may God help us all. This is not coming from a junior doctor with hurt feelings. These are the words of a head of department saying he's no longer prepared to lead under the constant meddling and interference of this person. Warning of conflict of interest, abuse of power, and nurses, quote, at a point of revolt because they feel powerless and disregarded. It is clear that staff are not just uncomfortable, they are being driven out by a leadership culture they describe as bullying, conflicted, and unchecked. When that is how your own doctors and department heads describe the people running your teaching hospital, something is fundamentally broken. And that is why this episode is not just about politics in Kingston. It is about a leadership culture inside the UHWI that frontline staff are begging the country to confront. Let us look at how the Manchester boys are able to pull this off. They concentrate power in a small circle. Procurement is used as a tool, not just to buy goods, but to distribute opportunity and patronage. Complaints are managed, not resolved, through silence, transfers, or intimidation. Public messaging tightly controlled, even as audits and internal letters tell a different story. PR strategies, big flashy headlines to distract from any potential issues are weaponized. This cannot continue. A system like this does not only fail on ethics, it fails on performance. When frontline staff believe that speaking up can cost them their jobs, they stay quiet about errors, shortages, and unsafe practices. When senior clinicians see abusive behavior go unpunished and even rewarded, they stop trusting the institution. When billions are spent under a minister with a history of procurement scandals while basic infrastructure collapses, the public loses faith in the entire healthcare system. UHWI is not a district hospital. It is not a community hospital. It is the main teaching hospital of the University of the West Indies and the referral center for 18 countries across the Caribbean. It trains the doctors, nurses, and specialists who will staff hospitals from Belize to Barbados to Guyana. Allowing a Manchester boys culture built on protectionism, intimidation, and opaque procurement to remain in place at the University Hospital of the West Indies is not just bad for Jamaica, it is a direct threat to regional health security. The Manchester Boys Club have left fingerprints everywhere on stalled Cornwall regional projects, contracts, bad rice, COVID spending with missing contracts, and now, even after concerns about procurement were raised with the $31 million drill at Bustamante, we now have a $500 million black hole at the UHWI in a hospital where doctors sleep without proper beds and beg for basic supplies. This is not a coincidence, it is a culture. We have already laid out how the scandal unfolded in the Auditor General's report and what must be done to save UHWI. Will Jamaica continue to accept this type of governance in the health sector? Or will we finally demand a system where competence, transparency, and patient care come first? I am Dr. Alfred Dawes, and this has been UC on Life Support.
So we're looking forward for tomorrow's continuation of the crisis, the man-made crisis in our healthcare, the social engineering of population control by the minister and his butcher. I told you, I think, early last year about an incident where Carl Bruce, and a UWI alone, Carl Bruce behaves so. There was an incident where Carl Bruce went to Falmouth Hospital, demanded theater, because this is what Carl Bruce does as head of neurosurgeon and head of the teaching hospital, head of the teaching at UWI as well, for that speciality. In got Chilla, one hospital at Chilla, Falmouth, I think, and demand to use them theater to operate on one private patient. If he's doing that, he must give notice to them so he can have theater room prepared for him corrupt use. But he will just organize in operation and turn up to do his private surgery. And if you question Carl Bruce, you're more likely to get a thump on your mouth. A whole heap of female nurses, Carl Bruce abuse because of his relationship with Tufton. Nothing cannot be done. Wagwan in a Ministry of Health and Wagwan up a university hospital. Juicy Beef run better. Because I'm sure Juicy Beef can give an account for them budget a year time. It's a criminal organization right across government, local and central. And these people want us to call them honorable. Hmm? Honorable. They want us to call them. And every day, it's a scandal. Scandal here, scandal there. Every turn you turn, it's a scandal. A scandal when another can never speak truth to. I mean, if scandal was a mountain, we could never try to climb over it in with the government. Check from 2018, Andrew Holness government don't short a scandal. Literally, don't short a scandal. I mean, 2026 just turn up the thing. So the amount, boy, may I tell you, no. One day, though, the people of Jamaica will come to them senses. One day, the people of Jamaica or the people of this world will come to them senses and say, so we can't allow these people to just continue we use we and get rich. So we pay them for rich and them a thief for get rich. It's a double whammy, innit? We pay them handsomely and them a thief more than what we pay them. The question we should be asking ourselves, should we pay them at all? Should we not just allow them to steal, remove the integrity commission, make them steal in peace? So maybe we would save money upon their salary, save money upon the integrity commission, and them still thief and get rich. Meeting we could have come to the deal there. Politicians warn us about that. Meeting we could have come to the deal there. Because what we are paying a peanut to own a thief. Like literally peanut trash. What we are paying a peanut to own a thief. So if me if I have it my way, the money where we pay honor and the money where we pay integrity commission, we would have saved that and just make on a thief one a normal thief. And then everybody would be happy. Because honor do nothing and we save a thing. Me not see no other way of working it out now. The third option would be to make sure once you put yourself forward as a politician, we remove your two big finger. We not remove the entire two hand. We're not so wicked. Move the two big finger. It I mean say you know got teeth, you know. It just limit the amount where the hand can take up. Because you know the big finger, him is the more contentious one when it come to the teeth in, and him are the greedy one, you know. Yeah, and the big finger are the greedy one. So if you remove the big finger, all politicians would have still steal. But it would have hard for them to steal with one hand. So they would have to use the two hands steal. But then could have take up in a left hand and take up in a right hand. They have to just take up in a one hand. Maybe we would have saved something. But as it stands now, it's a rat race. And certainly, only the crumbs is it that we are picking up. Just so crumbs, you know. That's all. Imagine not drop off at the table. You sell your vote lots. Imagine nothing falls off your politician's table, given that we are a crumbs society. Imagine not fall off of the politician them table. Boy, Melissa come with so much lessons. But I be a foreign people learn Melissa lessons. You know, look like nobody a yard learn nothing what Melissa come to teach. And we were there all the way a foreign. I learn where Melissa teach, we say. The government took up 500,000 for somebody where he lose a whole house and tell you say enough money and to spend it wisely. and then turn round out of another mouth and tell Jamaica people say he is pursuing economics independence. And then out of one nether mouth, him same one turn around and tell us, because I have managed the economy so well, my economic independence is getting $6.7 billion borrow with a lower interest rate. Just more money for politicians' thief. Because of years we borrow money. And if you walk around the country now, we can show where that money was being spent. Hmm? If we walk around the country now, all the debt them will pay after the IMF and the debt them will you can barely find pound where the money did spend, because the three common necessities on a promise with road, light, and water, we still await. We're still waiting for road, light, and water. How much politicians get rich while we have been waiting for road, light, and water? Huh? How much politicians become wealthy while we wait for road, light, and water? And see the little half-hearted chingy where they did give it. Melissa just come and take it all. Anyway, them say you know if you mind people business too much. Sometimes you have to mind for your business. So I go mind my business now. Because party people are hope for God. If we are to go by what they teach in the Christian Bible, you know, you're all Jesus Christ is 25, 26 years late. Even though he told you, you know not the hour of the master's appearing, but you all told us it was 2,000 years. Look, I'm going here. I know that fool of flying a horse. If the flying horse allowed to be pitched in a tree. Anyway, globalists, thank you very much for being here tonight. And we're coming back on Flight Green and Tufton tomorrow. If Flight Green and Tufton things say it had done so. When so much money spread out in front of we, money missing in a health department, money missing in a UWI, money where did fit buy, if you look at a children's hospital, them and them friend take it do whatever. Rather asset missing, millions missing, and rather come out and tell we say Christopherton say him put committee together to review bull and wool, and then Flight Green come tell we say the thing them just inadvertently lost. So what then do? Then drop out of your pocket, then blow in a breeze, rat haul them away from under your bed, gunman stick you up and take them away. How is it? Rain wet them up, fire burn them up. How? Explain to her how they were inadvertently lost. Kind of love bullshit we. $8 million out 88 idiot and also $870 million what a paperwork just 870 not even the $70 million what you never see, you know. Not even the $70 million what you never save. The whole $870 million worth of anything where for sure so you're not thief Flight Green just last so nothing here. And we're not being told by what means how it was being lost. What means by water, by fire? How was it destroyed? How was it lost? Or it just disappeared just so? Somebody wave a magic wand, isn't it? These are the things they expect if we believe. And these are the things they expect if we go walk and talk and support them and say them I do. Not around here. not round here. We are as roguish as uno. The only difference is we are uno. Uno roguishness of uno self. Through roguishness of the greater good. We are uno always meet at the crossroad. We are uno always meet at the crossroad. But remember, when you get to the top of the hill, the only direction is downwards. All right, Jamaica politician? The only direction from the top of the hill is downwards. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Join us back tomorrow morning where we continue on the crisis, the man-made crisis in Jamaica's healthcare. Thank you. Good night from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just and I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, me say Rastafari. War and crime and do the righteousness. And we love, and we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we are penalized. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Rastafari. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. We love all. And we love Jah. Me love Jaja. Me love Jaja. Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jaja. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.